Hello Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for One Piece chapter 1037. When we last left our heroes, Zoro had officially defeated King, and so it was time to sort of take a step back and see how things are going in the raid, now that both the entire Tobiropo and all three All-Stars are defeated. And things are kind of starting to look up. Yamato is still making his way down towards the basement. Apu, we learn, has sort of decided to abandon Drake to that fight with CP0. And CP0 are also kind of commenting on the state of the world at large. Specifically that, even though the fact that Big Mom and Kaido are still active means that chances are still slim in their mind for the Alliance to win, if the Alliance does win, we learn there's all kinds of upsets going on in the world right now. And that Kaido and Big Mom falling will shortly add to it. And we don't really know what that means. I presume it has something to do with whatever the hell happened to the Reverie. But we still just kind of don't know a lot about that. But we leave that there to check back in on Kaido and Luffy. Luffy has gotten a good punch in on Kaido, and they both comment on how much fun they're having with this battle. So with that, let's dive right on into chapter 1037, Drunken Dragon Bagua. Before that, we have our cover story. Germa 66's An Emotionless Excursion, Volume 2, Judge Sighs. So we last left them off, they were like fleeing Whole Cake, and Judge is just sort of, he sighs. We see Reiju and one of the brothers, I can't keep them straight, especially at this distance, just like sitting on the castle parapets of their ship. Again, I'm still not sure how exactly this cover story is going to go. Given just the general, how people feel about Judge is that they hate him very, very much. Not in like the fun way, like a lot of the other villain-focused cover stories have been, but like in a, he is an abuser and I don't want to humanize him kind of way. So we'll see how that plays out going forward there. But with all that said, let's dive right on into the chapter proper, as we open at the Flower Capital. Still during the Fire Festival, everyone is still just sort of partying. You've had too much to drink. Too much? It's the only day of the year I can get drunk. The rest of the time is just pain. Living in this country is hell. Hear that, Orochi? Because again, they don't think Orochi, they know Orochi's on Onigashima. But that some other people in the crowd panic. Stop that! Shh! You never know when officials might be listening. And of course, they have no idea all this shit that's happened in the last 60 or so chapters over on Onigashima. Another man looks around. The festival's reaching its end. I see them preparing the skyboats. Oh, like the lanterns are gonna like lift off into the air. I'm assuming. And this woman turns to her son. Now write a wish to our dearly departed ancestors. I hope they make it come true. I'm sure they will. We see a boy writing, I want to see mommy. Another woman writes, I hope I can feed my children this year. So, we're seeing, even in this seemingly lighthearted moment, people are still just sort of, both with this and with the drunk man earlier, we're sort of seeing that even in these seemingly happy moments, their lives are still kind of, affected by how terrible Wano is right now. Which also kind of loops back around to the smiles. How they have to put on that smiling face even when they're crying. I don't know. Interesting little note there. But anyway, we come back to Onigashima, which is now nearing the capital. And we hear this crunch sound as Luffy looks on. And we see Kaido, who I guess is like taking a bite out of a barrel of liquor and is just glugging it. And Luffy snaps, why are you drinking right now? And Kaido, lifts the barrel, because I'm having fun. You want one too? Down below, they're having a fire festival in the city. It's the same day we have our big feast on Onigashima, that you and your friends so unceremoniously ruined. And then he's, like, fully drunk. Wow! Like, he's, like, crying. Hiccups, and Luffy snaps, you're totally drunk! But Luffy's not going to let that distract him from the fight. Just don't use that as an excuse for why I beat you, got it? And Kaido just sort of keels over, still laughing. Don't be stupid. Whoa! I wouldn't make myself weaker. It's a sign that I've accepted you. Okay, is he like... I remember, like, back in early Naruto, you know, when Lee used the Drunken Fist. Is that a similar thing that we're going to see out of Kaido here? That, like, when he's drunk, he's, like, more limber, able to dodge more, and also able to hit better or something? Anyway, son, I've accepted you. I wonder how long it's been since I fought someone who could truly go toe-to-toe with me. Or, let me see, though, that, like, Kaido loses his trademark laugh when he's drunk. Was he kind of attempt to do it? There's like a whoa a panel ago. But he does sort of lose the whoa. Anyway, Luffy goes to, you know, fire off a fist. And then Kaido, like, leans back like he's playing limbo. Whoa! Drunken Dragon Bagua! And then he's right back into his hybrid form. Ready, like, instantly on the attack. Lightning Hammered! And Kaido, we see, is back to his normal laugh. Almost like the drunkenness was an act he was playing for Luffy. Whoa! Ragnarok! And he whams into Luffy. Of course, it's lightning, so it doesn't do as much damage as it would. But he does hit the ground hard, enough to crater the ground. And then we cut to inside the dome, and we see that crack. Luffy getting slammed to the ground is, like, visible inside the dome. There's a huge crack in the roof. First the castle's on fire, now the dome might collapse. And Luffy just, like, you know, holds his head. Gah! And Kaido's just, like, swapping between his forms real quickly. As fun as this might be, the castle and island are half destroyed already. They're useless to me now. I'm so miserable. Can't even keep one castle intact. So we're seeing, for the first time in a long while, I think, some of the sort of depressive, suicidal energy that we were first sort of introduced to Kaido with. When I think it was Oroge who watched him jump off the Sky Island, right to where Kid, Hawkins, and Apu were. So maybe we're going to get a taste of that again, his sort of wanting to die. But Luffy is just, he's really hurt in that attack, actually. Man, that hurt! He's so tough! And Kaido is just sort of, we see a like, narrator telling us he's drowning his sorrows. I'll have to rebuild it, I guess. But it took 5 years to make it in the first place. Guess I was, and this is, Luffy. Guess I was the one getting sloppy. Like, jumps up, back to continue the attack. And Kaido continues, I gave it everything I had. But I think it just wasn't meant to be. And he, like, spins around. Dragon Twister Demolition Gust! And Luffy's, like, blasted away by the wind that Kaido is generating there. And now he's back to his hybrid form, just weeping, tears in his beer. Stay away from me! Wah! Just leave me alone, you idiot! So yeah, he's kind of a sad drunk. Okay. Boo! This is what happens when people don't take a hint. Thunder! And Luffy just doesn't quite know what to make of a Kaido who's just constantly, you know, his mood is just wildly swinging, and Luffy is, like, the trick, whatever Kaido's doing is working. Luffy doesn't quite know how to handle this. But we see Luffy in his Gear Second pose. It's just throwing me off. Bah! And we see Kaido continuing to approach Luffy as Luffy stares him down. And Luffy leaps on top of Kaido's club. And, like, slams it down. And Luffy looks at him and grins. Take this, you drunk. And he just kicks Kaido with his gum fruit. Since Kaido's, like, face hits up. And then Luffy, we see, I don't think that's blood coming off the foot he kicked Kaido with. That might be Conqueror's Haki, maybe? He has infused his leg with Conqueror's Haki to get that hit to work. That would fit what we know about Kaido in the past. But as Luffy goes to put his foot down, it's wrapped up in Kaido's dragon's tail. Whoa! And Kaido's just still crying. Wah! But Luffy then is able to, like, catch himself and headbutt Kaido full on. The two of them headbutt each other. We see the energy, the Conqueror's Haki, like, emanating from both of them. And Luffy is blasted back. His Haki's getting stronger. Okay, so does Kaido get strong? Like, it doesn't. I thought he was sort of being sort of hard to predict when he was drunk. Is his Haki actually stronger when he's drunk? Is that a thing? I don't know. Anyway, Kaido like rubs his head. Just when I'm finally good and drunk, you're going to sober me up! And then he's in a drunken rage now, shoots Luffy with a full-on beam attack. But Luffy dodges it. Gum Gum Rock! And I think he's going in for an attack. Doesn't make it, though, as Kaido, I think, whacks him with this Kundali move. Or maybe Kaido's, like, prepping an attack here, and Luffy's still on his way down for the attack. Kundali? And yeah, we see they are... that is Kaido prepping an attack. These two attacks are right about to hit each other. As Luffy finishes off Gum Gum Rock Gatling to meet Kaido's Kundali Dragon Swarm. There's just Luffy's fist and the end of Kaido's club going at each other over and over again. They're kind of evenly matched here. And both of them are hit by the attack. Luffy gets a wallop upside the face with Kaido's club, and Kaido is just slugged by Luffy's fist. But they still just keep going at it over and over again. Rah! Ah! They just keep on going. Kaido brings his club down. Luffy sees it and I think dodges the club and brings a hockey-infused foot. The same style of hockey infusion he's using with his rock Gatling attack. He's doing now with the foot. And Kaido looks almost stoked to see it. And Luffy slams that foot into Kaido's midsection. Kaido coughs up blood, and Luffy stares him down, clearly battered, but also determined to win this fight. And then we cut to Sacred Mary Joa over on the red line. What looks like you might actually get some context to what the hell happened to the Reverie. As someone says, this year's Reverie is simply accursed. Oh, let it go already. And it's the 5 elders, who I don't believe we've ever gotten individual names for. But yeah, there they are. They're still listed as highest power in the world, even though we know that's not quite true, given the existence of Im. Unless... Wild crack theory, almost certainly wrong. Like, I don't have to say if Im was a puppet for the 5 elders, but that makes no sense, given that no one in the world knows about Im, so, like, who is he a puppet for? Unless Im is someone, like, a child they're placating or something. I don't know. Probably just wrong. Probably just highest power in the world, because that's what people believe they're the highest power in the world or something. Anyway, one of the elders, the one with, like, the big, giant mustache, responds, It's what is unfolding in Wano that makes matters pressing now. Who could have imagined the battle would become this intense? And then the one member who's wearing this kind of traditional robe, who might be from Wano himself, maybe, responds, If we strike, it should be now. I presume we have Nico Robin in custody already? No you don't. And then another member responds, When Kaido and Big Mom are involved in the fight, death could easily come for anyone, which makes it the perfect cover to eliminate inconveniences. Which does kind of fit what CP0 has been trying to do in the midst of the battle. We then cut to at sea near Wano, as this fleet of world government ships are kind of outside Wano. And we see like a Den Mushi call. All ships remain on standby. What is it? There's a huge shadow up ahead. Okay, so I think he's on a call with the 5 elders. This guy, who I don't know who it is. What is it? And the guy looks on, I don't know. An island? And the mustache 5 elder responds, No, that's impossible. That fruit is only a legend now, even to us. It has not awakened for centuries upon centuries. Wait, is Luffy about to activate Awakening? Because going back to the Who's Who stuff, we know the Gum Gum fruit is important to the world government for some reason. Anyway, another member of the 5 elders, this one with like the full beard, responds, Then why would the world government bother to give that one specific devil fruit another name? Is to erase that fruit's... Okay. It's to erase that fruit's name from the annals of history, isn't it? And behind that, we see the Zoe elephant, whose name I definitely remember. Let me go look up what the elephant's name is. Actually, hold on. Never mind. I typed in Zoe, and the Zozo no Mi popped up, And I was like, wait a second, could that be the devil fruit they're talking about? But it's the devil fruit that Spandam's sword ate. So I don't think that's what we're really going for here. Anyway, the elephant on Zoe's name is... Fuck, where can I find it? Zunesha. So yes, it's Zunesha who's arrived at Wano. I'm not quite sure what that means. Like, I assume they were talking about the gum fruit, tying into, you know, what Who's Who said back in his fight with Jinbei. But no. If the devil fruit they're so terrified of is connected to Zoe, I have no idea what on earth that could be referring to. And then there's that final line, then why would the world government bother to give that one specific devil fruit another name? It's to erase that fruit's name from the annals of history, isn't it? Which is, of course, what the world government does. Is what they did with the Void Centuries, what they always do. They erase all the information about Ohara, right? Am I remembering that correctly? Erasing history is the world government's kind of MO. But still, how does that tie in with Zoe? I don't know. Let's talk about the rest of the chapter, though. Because the rest of the chapter is a lot of fun. I can honestly see people being really upset about this chapter. That it makes Kaido, who's been this sort of big, stoic, tough guy for so long, seem kind of weak. I disagree. I think it's fun. And also, it doesn't really weaken Kaido in any way. Luffy's still barely able to go toe-to-toe with him, even when he's drunk. And it's just some fun shit. And, you know, Luffy's making definitive headway. He's the one, at least in the context of this chapter, who wins the round. You know, the final hit is Luffy kicking Kaido in the gut. Maybe right where Oden gave him the scar, I think. But, like, you know, the fight is clearly not over. But it definitely is starting to maybe move in Luffy's favor. So, yeah, lots of fun stuff with the fight there. Also, again, I like the sort of tying in with the fact that, like, no one's ever really happy in Wano. Even when they're, like, kind of letting loose because Orochi's gone for a little bit, they're still sort of caught up in the suffering they have to endure. Like I brought up on the first page. Still, the Kaido fight is ridiculously fun. I mean, it's the fight we've been waiting for just about a decade at this point. For context, the Punk Hazard arc, in case no one's sort of come to realize this yet, the Punk Hazard arc, which started this whole quest to beat Kaido, started in 2012, 10 years ago. And admittedly, you know, I don't think it started in January, but still, we're at the point where we've been dealing with Kaido for a decade. And this is going to be the big climax. I can't wait to see it all play out. And then we still have whatever's going on with Zunesha. And the one specific devil fruit, and the world government right outside Wano's borders. There's just so much here. And it's so good. Wano is long. Just in case that has not been perfectly clear yet. There's just so much to Wano. And like whenever you think Wano is just about done, you know, all we have left is Kaido and Big Mom. You're reminded the world government is right outside, waiting to attack as soon as the battle is over. And also Zunesha is here. Who maybe Zunesha will like attack the world gov and deal with that problem for us or something. I don't know. But there's just so much good shit going on here. And once again, Oda's putting us on hiatus next week, so I'm a little mad, but I'm so excited to see how all this plays out. I cannot wait to see where all this goes. So, I'm going to leave this video off here. Hope you'll enjoy the chapter and the video itself. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe, or, you know, do whatever makes you happy, you know? And as always, your life is your own, okay? Bye!